So it's finally happening. Yes, about a year ago, last January 2023, I did a Shop Miss A haul. And 95% of these products here, I have never tried. So I thought I would shop my stash and do a get ready with me. I am already wearing foundation and concealer because I didn't have any from Shop Miss A. If anyone's curious, the foundation I'm wearing is from Wet n Wild. It's the Tinted Hydrator. And the concealer I'm wearing is from Haley's Beauty. This is the Re-vive concealer. I mixed together these two shades. One is in light neutral and the other in fair neutral. Let's get started with contour bronzer, as I have 3 products to try. So the first product is a cream contour stick. This is the Papa line, which is a whopping $1.55, not $1, I know, but I splurged. Hopefully this works out well, lazy girl style, where I can just kind of draw it on. Now, when I use the Essence one, someone suggested I use a brush, so let me try a brush. This here is from Morphe 2. It's dense and slightly slanted. And let's see how this blends out. It is very soft and light. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but I'm going to go in with my sponge to see if there is a difference. But let's give this a tap out. Very subtle. All right, which is why I have 2 others to try. The next product is from a brand called I'm Meme, and this is the I'm Multi Square. Comes in a compact like this, and for being plastic, it's kind of thick and nice, and it opens all the way up, and you get 4 different shades. I think I'm just going to take a brush and just swirl it amongst all of the shades. I'm going to take a fluffier brush and just go to town, and let's see how, ooh, a little powdery, but let's see, whoa, okay. Definitely a little more color payoff, which I prefer, but it's still nice and not orangey, because if you're fair like I am, or strawberry blonde, I personally don't care for anything that's too orangey or too warm. So that is looking good. The third and final contour bronzer I have, and let's be honest, these are more contour than they are bronzer. This here is from MALIBU GLITZ. The packaging, well, the outer packaging is cheap plastic, but the compact itself, or I should say the product within the compact, is gorgeous. Look at these little like swirls of roses or flowers. It's beautiful. I'm just going to take that same brush, kind of wipe off any remaining product, and just go into this. Now, it looks like there's a lot lighter, and I'm curious if that is more like, yeah, it's kind of, it's not quite a highlighter, but has a little more shimmer to it. This is also extremely powdery. So let's just place it slightly, yeah, I'm going to put it where I might have highlighter. Oof, super powdery. Okay, of those 3, my favorite is definitely this one here. It actually produces some color. The first one isn't the best cream stick bronzer, and this honestly seems more like just a powder, hardly any pigment. All right, let's move on to blush. And if I didn't mention it at the beginning of the video, apologies. There are a few products that aren't Shop Miss A, and this next product is one of them. However, along the lines of Shop Miss A, it is a very affordable brand. So this here is from JCat Beauty, and this is the Love Struck blusher and bronzer. I'm going to use it as a blush, not as a bronze. I think I have used it once, or at least swatched it. There is an imprint of a cat, which is halfway gone, but let me do a little swatch, and yep, there goes more of the cat. It is very light and peachy. Can Can you even see it? It's right there. But it's super affordable, and I wanted the other products that weren't Shop Miss A to at least be along the same price point. All right, let me know if you've tried. Whoa, it's super powdery. As soon as I touched it with a brush, it just like crumbled. So I'm gonna gently and over the actual compact. Wow, it's going for days. It's still coming off the brush. Wow, wow, wow. All right, well, since half of that was in the actual compact, let's see if any is left on the brush. No, it's all in the compact. All right, I'm just gonna... There we go. Okay. Very, very powdery. It was super cheap. Oh, as I'm packing it on, I can see it out of the corner of my eye fluttering. But we're just going to blend it and get some on the other side and then move along to highlighter. The shade is not my favorite in general. I'm more of a pink girl than I am a peachy kind of girl. But I think it is looking very soft, very subtle, and perfect for those who maybe like a softer makeup look or the no makeup look. Alright, the highlighter I have is from AOA Studios. This is the Everglow highlighter in the shade Twilight. The compact comes with a mirror. It does not open all the way up. And this is what the highlighter looks like. My lights are really bright, but it does have a beautiful pattern, which I think looks gorgeous. Here is the highlighter swatched on my finger. And here it is on the back of my hand right there. All right, I'm going to take this very fluffy brush and swirl it around. All right, it's a little powdery, but not anywhere near that J-Cat blush. All right, let's get a little on the high points of my cheeks. And is that even doing anything? Now, I have very high highlighter standards because, yes, I like a good bling. This, I would say, is more subtle. It is the type, I don't know if that's going to pick up. I don't have a lot of texture and I do not have large pores, but I am seeing my skin a little more and it's making my milia really stand out. All right, let's move on to the eyes. I have a product here from a brand called AMUSE, and this is an eyeshadow primer. It's giving me kind of MAC paint pot vibes. This is what she looks like. It's a lot smaller than a MAC paint pot, but let's take some on my finger, the same as I do with the MAC paint pot, and dab some on top of my lids, and let's see how this does. It's quite creamy, very similar in texture to the MAC paint pot. Let me grab my MAC paint pot and just do like a side-by-side shade swatch in case anyone's doing a haul from Shop Miss A and you wanted to give it a try. So I have it in the shade Blank Canvas, and right next to it is Painterly. Painterly is slightly darker and kind of has a more pinkish kind of taupey hue, whereas this is more similar to, I would say, like a concealer shade. And for a size reference, here is the AMUSE versus the MAC paint pot. All right, for the eyeshadow look, we have this itty bitty teeny weeny 8-pan palette. This here is from AOA Studios, and it's the Cherry Blossom eyeshadow palette in the shade Orchid. Now, hopefully my brush can fit in these ever so tiny pans. I'm gonna go in with this kind of super light, it's a light orange tangerine kind of shade, and get that going in the crease. Let me know, have you ever done a Shop Miss A haul? And if so, did you enjoy it? I mean, I want to say the haul I did in January was like $28. Yeah, so if you are on a budget or you have super fair skin, that's where I say Shop Miss A comes in like in a pinch is, or not a pinch, it comes in really well, is if you're super pale, because they are mainly, I want to say Chinese, or definitely maybe Korean or other Asian brands, which cater to people with super light skin. Also, the Asian folks in Asia Pacific tend to like lighter shades and lighter tones. So if you're struggling to find a shade of any of the typical brands sold at Sephora or Ulta because they're too dark for you, maybe try Korean brands or brands from Shop Miss A. Alright, so that there is the kind of tangerine shade. It applied decent, blended out, and the pigment has not been blended away. Alright, let me try to find a smaller brush and go into a deeper shade. Alright, I'm going to go into this shade here, which is, I don't know, it's not quite brown, not quite orange, maybe like a terracotta, and get that on the outer corner here. Alright, that's a nice shade. Alright, now the other shades are mainly, yep, there are 5 shimmer shades and only 3 mattes in this little teeny palette. So I'm going to go in with my finger into this deepest shimmer shade and kind of get it on the outer third. Oh, okay, that is quite, I would say, like a copper shade. I'm just going to press it like right there. Ooh, that's pretty. Even my brushes, you know, we're struggling to get in there. My big fat finger is struggling to get in that little tiny pan. Alright, next let's go into, oh goodness, let's try this kind of sherbety shimmer. I don't know, I'm calling it that. That's not the official name. It's kind of an orangey tangerine sherbet. I think that's perfect. And that I'm going to bring kind of over where I stopped. Ooh, that is quite bright. All right, well, we are going for a very brighter than I thought. Because when I first watched it, it seemed like it would be a topper shade. No, quite pigmented. So if you like a pigmented shimmer, for $1.55, I think, or $1, or possibly a super expensive $1.88. Something will have floated on screen. I can't remember. Wow, that is super pigmented. Let me find a brush and get that blended out. This is kind of a denser brush because I feel like I'm gonna need to really spread that out. All right, let's hope it's not too late because it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's just didn't blend or get placed where I had envisioned in my head, so no worries. That's what brushes were made for, and we'll just, you know, spread it out. Okay, I'm going to go back into that deeper shade because I feel like I lost some of the deepening on the outer corner. BRB. Alright, my battery died mid-sentence. I'm not sure where it cut out, but I was taking my pinky with this lightest shade, which is actually more of a glitter, and I was plopping it all over my lids. It's a subtle glitter, so hopefully it will pick up on camera. Alright, I'm going to take the highlighter and use that as my brow bone shade. And hopefully, well, she's a little stark, but why does it look like that blingy on my brow bone but not on my cheeks? Interesting. Okay, well, let's see if I can't grab another brush and kind of blend it out because I also brought it up a little too far. Okay, well, I'm not leaving the house, but not my best work. All right, that is it for eyeshadow. Let's move on to eyeliner. I am not 100% certain this is from Shop Miss A. I honestly don't know where it's from. It is from a brand called REEMA, and it's a Kajal pencil in the oddest shape I've ever seen. Look at this. It's like short and stubby, but look at how big the tip is for a gel eyeliner. So wish me luck that I won't poke my eye out. And I hope this can go in the waterline and isn't, I don't know, it's so fat and thick. It's like a crayon, but let's see if it's going to transfer down, probably. But, ooh, I like it so far, how it's deepened the lower lash line there. All right. And let's do the other eye and just hope as I blink. Wouldn't that be fantastic if this actually was from Shop Miss A? Only costs $1 and is that miracle eyeliner I've been looking for. No, it's already transferring down. Wah, wah. All right. I have yet to find one, so I don't blame them for being $1 or however much that particular Kajal crayon was, but even the expensive ones. All right, let's move on to liquid liner. This is also from AOA Studio. It's the Artista. Okay, for $1 or $1.55, it does come with a roller ball, and I can tell you there are some pricier brands, or well, everything's pricey compared to $1 at Shop Miss A, but you know what I mean. There are some brands in the 20 plus range that don't have a little roller ball. All right, so this is what the tip looks like. I'm gonna assume it's not, yeah, I think, don't quote me, that it is a felt tip. It does give a very fine line. All right, so let's get some going on top here and see how she does, and hopefully it's not the type when you blink it ends up, you know, in your crease. I don't really do a wing, but I do try to get a little thicker on the end here. But let's see. Nope. It's a little dry, but to be fair, I did pick this up in January and I'm filming in November. So, you know, it's just been sitting around for quite some time. All right, since the Kajal is definitely transferring down, I'm gonna make it look like I intentionally put it down below, because otherwise it looks kind of halfway there. If you like both your upper and lower to have a gel eyeliner, you might enjoy this, because it's big, chunky, but pointy, and went on the waterline quite easily. All right, I'm gonna pop off camera, touch up my mascara, recurl my lashes, and then we'll come back and do the lip products. All right, I'm back, touched up my mascara. I also, off camera, took some of the highlighter and put it in my inner corner. All right, for lipstick, I have used this in a recent video. This is also from AOA Studios. It's just a little bullet lipstick in the shade Shore. And I think this shade's gonna look really good with the eye look I created. It actually might be a little dark, but that's okay because I'm just gonna top it with a shimmery lip gloss, which I think is going to tone it down. All right, the lip gloss I have is the Diamond Lip Gloss, and you might be asking yourself, wait, isn't that blue? Why would she be using a blue lip gloss? Well, what I've discovered is a blue lip gloss, actually it shears out, it isn't very blue, but it also, on top of like an orange shade or something that's too warm, it just tones it down slightly. At least that's been my experience with a similar shade from NYX. Let's cross our fingers that this shade will do the same. It has the world's tiniest little doe foot. So let me first do a little swatch so you can see that it's actually more kind of a purpley shade and very, 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 like, can you even see it? It's like right there. It's not very blue at all. It's very sheer and has a nice little shimmer. I love a good shimmer on my lip gloss. All right, let's give it a try. All right, I'm going to go in for a third little dip in the bottle because it's the world's tiniest little doe foot. And I'm barely getting any on. And this almost has like a holographic look. And instead of lightening, it's slightly darkening. But as you can tell, my lips don't look blue. They look a little more purple, which really wasn't the look I was going for. So let me cheat and grab this lip gloss here, which is called The Gloss. It's from Mr. Star. This is like a really soft, kind of bronzy, and yeah, there we go. Okay. This should tie the look together a lot better. Yay! Alright, so here is the final look. I would guesstimate that everything on my face is less than like $30, $35. I think it turned out great. Was I struggling a little with the eyeshadows? Yes. Have I used them before? No. So, you know, just about with every palette, you kind of have to get to know what has fallout, what's a little powdery. But I've done worse looks. Let me zoom back out. All right, here is a more normal distance for you to see the final look. I would say overall, the products that I enjoyed the most was this contour, the multi-square. It's beautiful if you don't like super orangey and like more neutral toned contour bronzers. I think that looks beautiful. The highlighter worked really good in my inner corner and on my brow bone, not as much on my cheeks. So this one's kind of in the middle. I think the eyeshadow primer was good. The liquid liner was decent. And this interesting gel eyeliner, again, it doesn't stay just on the top, but if you like it everywhere, it was super creamy and went on really well. For the world's tiniest eyeshadow palette, this would be perfect just to keep in your bag. I think it created a beautiful look. Now, is it a palette I'm going to reach for all the time? No. But if I want a beautiful, sparkly, nice tangerine, slightly orange look, this is looking beautiful. All right, now I want to hear from you. I want to know if you've ever tried products from Shop Miss A, and if so, have you tried any of the products that I used today? All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you could do me a big favor, clicking the thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.